None of us thought it was free. I was
Hi,
joking.
Justin.
Hi,
Justin.
Justin.
Lizzie, I was obviously joking as well.
No,
Okay,
no.
so- Who would like to give a recap of last session and why is it either Pat or Lizzie?
It's me.
Me.
Alright, Fox, let's hear it.
That was
Oh, come on!
Brian.
I called me.
Oh, that was Brian. From the car microphone, it sounded like Connor's voice.
No, it didn't.
It kind of did.
Brian, what do we talk about danding and driving?
That it's common practice.
Hey, it's okay, he's not rolling.
His tires are
True.
rolling.
Alright, Tavro, let's hear the recap.
Alright, if at any point you can't hear me or you can't hear me well, let me know. Fuck you, Google Maps. Anyway. I'm actually gonna turn Google Maps off real quick. Cause I don't need it. Anyway, alright. So last session, we started in the little realm of Mr. Taz. Basically, most of what happened there was just Escher doing some back and forth with Mr. Taz, not really trusting him, but also we needed him to teleport us back to Wihnlot, or, well, not really in Wihnlot, we had to go to Wihnlot. But since the first teleport was free, the second teleport was not. And Biddy, what did you give him for the teleport?
The permanent ability to cast one of my spells.
Right, yes. So he gave up one of his spells from his spell list, so he can never cast it again unless I guess he brought his support back to Mr. Taz. Anyway, he says that because, Rismati and, the Rakdos and the Boros are at war, it is possible that when he teleports us in, there will be conflict there and we might have to deal with it. So he teleports us in, and I think the four of us who are actually playing basically get, warped in, next to the statue thing that's kind of in the middle of the square. And there was a group of, Rakdos performers performing for a group of a total of 4 people. And of course, us teleporting out of the middle of nowhere took some attention away from their performance. And so they got uppity, came over, and challenged us to a duel. But since they challenged us, we got to choose what exactly we wanted to challenge them with. They suggested a challenge of combat, aka fighting to the death, or close to it, and just seeing whoever wins. However, Tavro, having some newfound things, had a better idea. Tavro suggested, and told everyone else in the party that he got this, he suggested that it would instead be a test of song. We would sing, and whoever was got the best reaction from the crowd would be the winner. And I think there was some mention of reward, but I don't really remember of whoever won. And so basically, one of the members of the performers was a fire eater, so he was swallowing swords and flames and taking all at the same time and shit. And got a pretty nuanced cheer from the crowd, almost as if they had seen something similar, or not as good for what you would expect for what the hell he just did. But anyway, it was Tavro's turn next, and he assured the crowd that they had never seen anything like he was about to do, and ushered them to get a bit closer to the stage. And the two compatriots of Tavro kind of managed to convince them that they should do so they got closer. And then Tavro started breathing, practicing his breaths for this upcoming musical number. He walked off stage, practicing his breath, and then on one final intake of air, he raged, became large, turned around and looked at the crowd, and then unleashed his new ability from his magic item that Mr. Taz had so gracefully offered to him for. And Tavro basically just screamed at the top of his lungs with his magical mask helping him. And basically, long story short, is that when Tavro was raging, he gained an extra, level of proficiency in intimidation. Tavro was already proficient in intimidation, so that went to expertise, which made the DC 16. And the two other party members who were helping actually did a number to help. And so, sacrificed circumstance bonus, so the DC was actually 18 for them to be feared by me because it was such a blood-curdling screech. And apparently, I've just learned that apparently I just like threw up a false hydra or some shit at the same time, and they're helping me scream. And so basically, 3 of the 4 audience members were feared by me. And so as Tama realized that he had successfully done that, he just looked at the crowd and went, clap. And the 3 of them started like crying, hearing, clapping, and begging for their life all at once. While the one guy in the background, who did not get feared, thought it was so hilarious that I managed to do this to him and started laughing hysterically. And so what was meant to be a skill challenge was won because Tama did that. And then finally, the very last thing that happened in this session was that was kind of loud. Tama just kind of screamed. We heard a noise come from behind us in this building, and basically it was the sound of like this wooden panel being opened, and a small goblin reached his head out and went, "Can you like shut the fuck up?" And then we turned around and saw that it was Krenko. He was attracted by my beautiful music. And so we basically turned around and he just went, "Oh shit!" Closed the door, closed the panel, and that's where we ended.
Brian, I'd just like to point out that in your recollection of those events, when you imitated the goblin speaking, I couldn't make out what any of the words you said, and all I heard was quacking.
I mean,
You can understand when any goblin speaks? I mean, come on.
that was by far the most in-depth recap we've had, and I'm very appreciative of that. I know that Tavro had fun last session. But yeah, so you all find yourselves now kind of like reeling with the fact that you just saw Krenko on the other side of this thing slam the like wooden panel over the window shut so you can no longer see in. And as Fox rushes over and starts banging on the door and screaming for Krenko, Clara 2 and Kai, now that Clara, your memories have been restored and you are no longer screaming with the fear of free will, and Kai, you find yourself finally awaking from this like strange blood-induced coma with like an intense itching on your back. But you just look up, you realize where you are, and Mr. Taz goes, "Good! Now it's time for you two... Good! Now it's time for you two to go!" And he snaps his fingers and a portal opens in front of you. Clara 2 grabs your hand, pulls you through, and you both step out of this statue in the middle of the square. You see Fox screaming while pounding on this door at Krenko. And I think that's where we're gonna start the session.
Well, I think they found him.
Wow,
I just
I
wanna
think it's
say-
only appropriate.
I just want to say I'm impressed, Brian, that the recap of the Scream was basically just as long as it took for it to happen last week.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I think
Anyway.
it's only appropriate.
Oh, go
I think it's only appropriate to begin with Tavro screaming, "He asked us to be quiet, get him."
For one thing, just one note is I forgot is that the performers asked me to join them as a traveling performer. But yes, as soon as Krenko shuts that panel, Tavros wants to look at the performers and go, "Hold on, I've got to break that man's teeth in."
Alright. And with this... oh, go ahead. Everybody can say one thing kind of quick before the chase ensues.
Can we see him?
Well, I think they found him. That's what Clara says.
Zach, question. Can
my
we see him?
foundry restarted and now I can't get back
Uh,
in.
Yeah, he's still, like, right on this. It's kind of like a beat-up panel. Like, it's obscuring your vision, but you can still, like, vaguely see a goblin scrambling on the other side of it. You know what? I think I can make that an invisible panel, an invisible door.
You could just open it.
I could, couldn't I? That's literally why I made these Windows doors. So he does slam it shut, but for the sake of this, I'm going to keep it open. So that you can see as he begins to scramble away. And give me one second.
If the Green Hill Zone song is not what comes on right now, I swear to God.
I'm sorry, I failed you.
I can. Oh, I had a song.
And if you have one that you think would fit better, feel free.
Are you sure?
Zach, I can't
I'm
get
trying to-
back into Foundry. Can you move my token to be with the rest of the party?
Sure. Yeah. Well,
Kind
yeah.
of like,
Yeah.
The
That's fair.
party's all jumbled. I'm actually about to move you guys onto another map
Oh.
for.
okay.
Okay, yeah. This
I agree with this.
This is a good one. I'm gonna keep this. But as you see Krenko like scrambling to run away, I'm going to bring you all onto a new map for the chase to ensue.
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, I only asked before because I wanted to make sure that, like, we could see him and knew he was running from us.
Oh yeah, he made it clear.
Yeah, before this happens, I think the only thing I would do is I'd probably just ask, I'd be like, Fox, do we still need him?
Bounty's still good.
And he has Clara, you twat!
Well, likely not anymore.
Oh, actually, we know he doesn't have Clara since we are not in a palace right now.
I
Hey,
cannot
Zach,
see.
are we supposed to be able to see anything?
Let me make sure because there should be global. Yeah, I don't have global.
There's not global
We asked
illumination.
Mr. Taz
Now
where
you
you
should
are.
see
Oh, yeah, there you go. There you go. Oh, that's neat.
Boy.
Ooh, this is very much like Kingdoms and Warfare setup.
Yes, it is inspired by that.
I like it.
So, what we need to start is figuring out everybody's move DC, which is your movement speed divided by 5, subtract that from 20. If you have
So,
a 30
14.
foot... Yeah, I feel like
For
most
most
of you
people.
are going to be in 14. This is mostly just a reference tracker. I think Kai might be faster.
I mean,
Yes.
monk.
So I'm
If
45,
we roll it-
so 11 is mine.
Jesus.
Can someone roll my initiative with advantage?
We're not
It's not a
rolling initiative.
roll yet.
Uh,
Brian,
Oh,
what is
gotcha.
your move speed?
40.
Alright, so put him at 12.
I can't.
I can't either, I was talking to the DM.
yeah, no, I'm handling Tavro on the map.
No, give him to me.
Fairly.
All right,
You're okay.
So, Krenko does begin in the front because he is the first one running away. Everyone else is probably going to be in short range.
Easy peasy.
I don't think anybody was actually in the like 30 to 60 foot range.
Can I throw something at him?
So we do need everybody to roll initiative. So I'm gonna roll for you, Tavro. Everybody else can roll themselves.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Oh wait, no, that wasn't my die. I got. Oh, nice.
Wait, I'm not in the combat tracker.
Why is it rolling advantage for everyone?
Why did I? Yeah, I rolled twice.
Oh, I think it's because you have 2 tokens on the thing. I think it's getting
Oh.
confused.
Ah. So
I-
the 21 was first.
Yeah, I'm taking the first
Where's
of
the
everybody's rolls.
initiative? Why isn't it coming
Just
up
roll
on the
it.
track?
It's not an
Yeah, I don't know.
encounter. Just
Where
roll
is
it on your
Is
character
this-
sheet.
Is this there? It is. Okay.
Yeah, if you roll initiative on your character sheet, it'll add you to the encounter.
How do I do it again? That one.
You know what? Just for the sake of ease, I'm gonna say everybody fucking has advantage. Because...
Oh, I just rolled without an advantage.
No, it auto did the
It's auto doing it because everybody has 2 tokens on the scene, which is apparently confusing Foundry. So...
Yeah, apparently it's telling Foundry to give everybody 21s, regardless of their modifier.
Yeah.
Turns out giving all of the PCs advantage really works out for them. So Krenko's pretty much at the end. So, Fox, you are going to be the first to go as you start, like, banging down this door, to try and chase down Krenko as, like, the window, you can still kind of see him scrambling, and he starts heading out the other side. I am going to say, so, at the start of your turn, roll a 3d6.
Alright.
Cool.
On an 11, you're able to just see this. You're kind of the first one reacting once he starts running, so there are no complications. You're able to kind of bust through the door and start chasing him down inside this building. What would you like to do?
Sorry. Well, first off, so for moving, it's actually
So, at the end of your turn, you're gonna make a either acrobatics or athletics check against your move DC, and what you do on your turn can help modify that. So, like, taking the dash action will give you advantage on that check. Or if you, like, attack Krenko, maybe that'll hurt him and slow him down. Or you can cast spells to make your friends go faster. All these things are, like, possible.
Alright, in that case, I am going to first off, let me check the order. Alright, so I am going to start off by using my Orzhov Signet to cast Command on Krenko.
Okay.
I have to target him. Give me a second. Hold on, I have to move my token within range of him for... And I'm
Damn.
telling him to grovel.
Yeah.
Motherfucker. That's the example one where they, like, stop moving and beg, right?
Yes, and roll on the floor.
Yep. Stops, uses its action to plead for its life while prone. Doesn't move.
Right? This might be a very short chase sequence.
If it got
Hey.
to me, it was going to be over. So.
I was considering using hold person, which would be even worse for him, so...
You have that prep too?
Yep.
Alright,
Neat.
you do still need to make your move check, which is going to be your normal DC of 14.
Is it just a d20 or is it a dex roll again?
So it is acrobatics or athletics, your choice.
Okay. In that case, I will do... They're the same to me, so I will do...
Damn.
That
Fox is motivated by money.
Yeah, that is not just a success, that is a success by 5 or more, allowing you to move up into the point-blank range. Alright.
Spicy.
That will bring us to Kai. What would you like to do? as you step out of this portal, and within seconds you just see, like, all of this commotion happening. You don't even really know what's going on yet. You just know that there's a chase about to ensue, and you're about to join.
I think it's safe to say Kai, while he doesn't quite know what's going on, if he... Shut up. If he, steps out of the portal and sees Fox, like, screaming for Krenko, he's going to
Sorry,
associate that.
Did not mean to do that.
He does
How
not know
fucking
that
dare
Clara is
you.
not with him.
Please ignore.
So, Kai's going to immediately just try to chase him down. And I think the fact that he's groveling helps.
So that does happen on his next turn. So at
Okay.
Krenko's turn, he will stop running, drop, and grovel.
So is he with... Right, I have to do the move check, right?
So the move check is the last thing you do on your turn. At the start of your turn, you roll 3d6 to see if any complications arise.
Okay.
I will be back on.
8.
So an 8 is uneven ground. As you kind of like step out of the statue through the portal, you see that there's like moss and flowers and vines that have been like growing up around your feet as you step through. And that does make it kind of difficult for you to get across. So make an acrobatics check. It is a DC 10. On a failure, you are considered on difficult terrain for this round. So
Monk.
you are, yeah, so you're fine. So you kind of like see this and you're able to dodge around the vines that were growing out from this portal around the statue, and you're able to start chasing him down. So you have an action and a bonus action. Once you take your move action, that ends your turn.
Okay. I see that dashing is one of the actions that can give me advantage on the move check.
Correct.
I am going to use my... I feel like it's kind of like instinct. Kai is going to try to get there as fast as possible, so he's going to try to use his monk ability to get there fast and Step of the Wind.
Alright, so the rest of you see as Kai steps through the portal, and out of his back erupts these giant blue scaly wings, and instead of chasing after him, he like rises up into the air for a moment and starts flying towards Krenko. So you'll have advantage on that check.
Does he look different?
He
just
looks
got
like he
wings.
has blue dragon wings coming out
Yeah,
of his back.
blue wings.
Did not have those before.
Alright, and then
Clara
move
2's
check.
memories are still fucky, and
That's a nat 20.
yeah, so you definitely move into the point-blank range, as you are now within 5 feet of Krenko before he even stops to grovel. I actually think there's, because he's about to grovel and 2 of you are in point-blank range. Sorry, everybody, that's the end of the chase scene. That was fast.
Damn, I didn't even get to use my whole
Wait,
person on him.
what?
We're done the chase.
So-
That's it.
The chase ends when more than one person that is chasing the front is in the front with Krenko. When it gets to his turn, he's going to stop moving and get on the ground, bowing towards Fox. Which means he's going to move back into the point blank. So when the front person moves back, it means everybody else moves up. You are guaranteed to have caught Krenko.
I would just like to point out,
We're the
perhaps giving
best.
everyone advantage so we had 4 people with a 21 in initiative
See?
caused this to end pretty fast.
Okay, but Connor, I will point out, both you and I first rolled a 21.
Yeah, and you're
Yeah,
the two
we
that
did.
have already
Nothing
caught him.
changes if everyone else did not have advantage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the only thing I will say is I said that it was fine for you all to have advantage because I thought it also auto-rolled advantage for Krenko and the Jester. It, did not.
Oh.
Oh yeah, because they only wait. Why didn't you go advantage for them? They're on the top. They're on the DC board.
So I think it's how the objects are set up. So you guys are all linked. You have something called link to actor data. So basically, your character sheet is tied to the token. So when your token updates, your character sheet updates, and vice versa. NPCs and monsters don't have that for the sake of being able to copy 10 goblins onto a thing and roll initiative individually for each of them. So because these are creatures and not player characters, they have a different type of character sheet. It did not automatically roll twice for them.
I see.
Which works out well for you guys. So basically how this happens is Fox like breaks down the door, startling this goblin who's just like standing next to the door and like holding some like various tools. You rush over him, yell at Krenko to get on his knees and grovel, and you just see as Krenko like turns back, gets on his knees and says no, as Kai steps out of the portal, immediately grows draconic wings and swoops into the building, and the rest of you all kind of just funnel into this building, and I don't even need to move you into the next map like I thought was going to happen, because you moved like 10 feet total as you get into this building where Krenko is. So I'm going to say he was about there. Fox and Kai are right up with him, and the rest of you are coming in, but Krenko is on his knees groveling, and as you kind of stand over him, he realizes that running is not the option here, and he just goes, ah, fuck.
I don't have permission to change the music.
Yeah, I'm gonna change that because this is no longer fitting.
I have returned.
Welcome back.
You know what? I feel like
Chase is over.
Is Chase over?
Yep.
Yeah.
The chase is over. Brian, I was trying to ask, but I don't think you heard me in the car. What's the name of the place you're going to live?
It's not like
Are you really
It's not-
about to dox this man on stream?
it's not
Good.
like
Yeah,
an apartment
really.
complex.
Okay,
doesn't have a
never
name.
mind.
But
Damn.
yeah, so
We'll try again next time.
we're gonna we're gonna
I'm sorry, Mordecai, I failed you.
we're gonna get rid of the initiative order, and everyone can funnel in as Krenko is just on his knees, and he goes, ah, fuck. How did you all get here?
Oh,
Okay,
my
Tavro, now
arthritis.
your rage ends, unless you're attacking
Yes,
something.
that is fair.
We chased him through this tiny building.
Well, this is where he was in, and he stopped running as soon as Fox got a successful command against him.
I guess that's fair.
Oh, Fox, it looks like you've got him already. If you want, I can still disconnect his muscular system from his nervous system.
No, not necessary.
Fox?
The green one, where is she?
And he just like
Hi.
looks around and then points at the goblin that was next to the door that's just like carrying around some tools, and he goes, yeah, right there, there's a green one.
The other one.
Our
Don't play
green one.
Stupid, you little ingrate. Tavro, get ready to smash his skull.
Wait.
Don't
I
have to
think
tell me.
Wait, Tavro, hold on. I think I understand what's going on here. Fox, do you intend to interrogate our new captive, it would seem?
The bounty says dead or alive. I'm over caring at this point.
Well, if he has
Let us just
information
leave
that
another fake one. Your work is a bit flawed, I will say, having reviewed it. You could use some more education.
Can we at least take his weapons and bind him so he doesn't slip away?
And as you say that, he like drops the shiv that he had in his hand. He goes, see, not a problem.
I take it and throw it to the other side of the room.
And you do see his eyes track it as it like kind of like jabs into the wall.
Fox.
Yes, Tavro.
Do you have that spell, that truth spell? We could see if it's a clone or the real thing.
Give me a sec.
Did you get that back during the rest?
No, my sheet's being a little silly, and I do have it. Yeah, that's one I always have prepared from class or background.
Nice.
And
Ah.
you see as Clara 2 steps into the room and Krenko goes, yeah. Tell Taz to get me out of here. Tell Taz to get me out of here.
Oh, wait, I was supposed to tell you something. Oh yeah, okay, so these guys were coming after you, because one, the little green one doesn't like you, and two, that guy pointing at Fox wants to collect some money for your for the bounty on your head. I think the cops needed you for something else too, maybe, but yeah, I was supposed to tell you that.
And
Is her form not a good enough reminder of why we're here?
Well, as Clara 2 says this, you just see, like, you kind of hear as, just like, kind of echoing around Krenko is the voice of Mr. Taz, and it goes, "Deal fulfilled!" And you just see Clara 2 dissolve into a puddle of
What?
flesh on the ground.
Bye.
Flora, no!
I think you can
So,
still see, right?
As
Lizzie?
we were saying, where is the goblin?
It's all just gray. I can't see anybody. It's the gray map. Now I can.
The spirit of Flora lives on.
Lauren.
There's a way to like make you invisible to the others where you can still see. Yeah, there we
Yeah.
go.
Nice.
I'd say it's not hard to just imagine that she's not there.
Imagination in my
Immersion
D&D
ruined.
game? No.
That hurts.
But you just see as Clara says, "Hey, Taz told me to tell you some things," and then lists off like 3 things and then dissolves. And Krenko goes, "Oh god. Oh fuck!" And he
Yeah,
just
No.
he just looks up
As
at
we
Fox
were
and goes,
saying,
"Fine, what do you want to know?"
The real one. Where is she?
And he kind of like, you see as his eyes are darting around, he goes, "Anything but that."
I know she's in a royal palace. Whose
I thought it was a
palace?
mansion.
Royal mansion. Whose mansion?
He's, she's just with her family.
Bullshit.
Where?
I have
She's
dinner
nice
with
and
her
safe.
family every Tuesday.
Fox, I do believe your magic could help in this situation, correct?
I'm just gonna look over at Escher and say, yes, we don't need to discuss the fact that I've been talking to her via the spell sending. That should just make him know that I know whether or not he's telling the truth or not, as I look down back at Krenko.
He just goes, I promise she's home safe with her family. That's all I know.
He seems rather upset for a clone.
First name, last name.
Krenko
Krenko?
Bjorkgard.
No, of the family she's with.
And you see as he's like trying to choke something out, and he just goes ah, 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 ah.
Contract?
Are you bound to secrecy?
Yeah. I can't say the name. That's it.
Insight check.
Go for it.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I was. Oh wait,
But
I
actually,
get.
no, it's the same thing before I do something heinous.
Oh yeah, baby!
Oh yeah, baby.
Oh
Tavro,
yeah, baby.
Tavro,
Wait, why
you
did I
have-
roll with advantage?
Because
The
you're the
20
best.
was first anyway.
You
Mine is an 8.
didn't?
Yeah,
Did
I
you?
don't see you having rolled with advantage, Kai.
Yeah.
Oh, mine literally says 2d20 KH.
Are
Yeah.
you
I
looking
literally
at your
don't see
acrobatics
that.
roll?
I am looking at that, which is right
Wait,
above
yeah.
Tavro's roll, and I am right below Tavro's roll.
Yeah, that's a
Attaboy.
bit.
Zach,
I will
my
still-
15
I will
is
still
actually a
accept 22.
16
Why is it a 16?
because when I make an insight check, a roll of 7 or lower on the d20 is an 8.
Very nice.
Oh.
Tavro, you have never trusted anyone more in your life.
He's so honest.
For the rest of you, like, it seems like he was telling the truth. Like, he was trying to choke something out there. It seemed like he was physically incapable of saying the name.
I know you were researching ways to be immune to contracts. Is this figure the reason why?
Yes and no. Yes and no. I don't... She taught me some of the magics, but I am not bound to her. Not by Orzhov contract, anyway.
She, Clara?
I'm assuming the person that has Clara. Now then, there is the other issue. Give us an offer, or we can deliver you to the law dead.
Wait. I believe he could still be useful to us, could he not?
Yeah, I'm sure.
His usefulness has a price tag.
And I kind of just kneel down next to him and I go, "Alright then, Goblin, tell me. You seem to have formed some kind of contract with another being, but part of the stipulation is you cannot speak their name?"
Not exactly. I can't speak of anything to do with your friend.
And anytime you try to speak it, the words won't come out your mouth?
Some can, some can't. I don't know all of the things. Sometimes it's trial and error.
That's a rather interesting conundrum you found yourself in. What do you say we try this? And I pull out a notebook and a charcoal pencil and hand it to him into a blank page.
What do you want me to write?
That's up to Fox.
Name, address.
Phone number, social security number, credit card info.
What is this Boro hocus pocus you're going on about?
And he just writes down Clara Phillips. An address with her parents. Or with her family. I can do that!
My
Well, I think that's all
patience
we need.
wears
Let him go.
thin. Franco, how much value do you put on your life and soul?
You can't really kill me.
Why is that?
I mean, you can. It hurts. It hurts a lot. But I'll come back. I always do.
Who said
Hey,
anything about killing?
Yes, Krenko, I know my friends can be a little heavy-handed here, but allow me to offer a compromise here. Obviously, we've seen what happens in the past, that you're incapable of being killed. My magic is rather unique, though, and I can make it so that you'll wish we did.
Give me an intimidation check.
The gang goes full torture evil.
21.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to wave away the fact that torture doesn't necessarily exist. I mean, it exists, but, like, it's not an accurate way of gaining information in the real world. This is our fantasy game. You can, if you want to be evil, you can torture people for information. I'm not going to stop you from having fun. And
Yet you didn't want to commit slavery in the other campaign.
Hey man, I don't
No,
need a
correct.
disclaimer. I just need to make this guy think I'll do
Hey, this is the evil campaign, okay?
it.
Tavro, not evil.
And he just goes, I will try to tell you what you want to know. But
Thank you.
I'm physically limited in what I can and cannot express to you.
The cooperation is all I asked for. I really didn't want to give you flesh rot.
I also
And
don't
perhaps
want that.
walking will do. Huh? Perhaps we can tie him up and you can lead us there like a nice... What's the word? Guy. Our little friend here who will guide us to our lost party member. How's that sound?
And he goes, I mean, we can try. Out the door and to the left. I can say it!
Fox, I think that is a reasonable idea, but we must consider that if he's incapable of speaking it and wasn't even able to write their names, perhaps it will prevent him from moving too close to them? No, I suppose it's worth testing.
This direction, so how do we get to where Clara might be?
Out that door to the left. Follow the street down for
Gideon.
Gideon's in the bathroom.
Fuck.
Yeah, so it seems as soon as he gets to a certain level of direction, that is when it starts stopping him.
Kai.
Krenko,
You are rather dexterous.
I am.
Maybe you can ask me something
Shut up!
late. Okay.
Kai, do you think you can turn him into a backpack? Take him with us.
Could you give us directions to a neighboring building?
Well, there's not that much around it. The mansion takes up the entire hillside. I could say that!
that's a start.
Well, that's information in and of itself.
Fox,
But
I
we-
believe we...
Sorry, go ahead.
If you
I
ask
think we
me
may need to get
unrelated
creative.
things, I might be able to answer, and then you can let me go free.
What's your favorite
You-
pastry?
You like jazz?
What's jazz?
Krenko? Are you trying, when we head out of this building and head left, will we need to travel for more than a mile?
Yes!
Do you know how many? You don't have to tell me.
Yes!
I'm going to hold up a number of fingers. When the number of fingers equals the number of miles, nod your head. And I'm going to hold up one finger, and if he doesn't nod, I'm going to go to 2, and keep going up till 10.
At, like, halfway in between, like, after 3, but before you're able to finish raising your 4th finger, he goes, yeah!
Okay, progress. So we have to turn at least 3 miles. Now, and I stick out 2 hands, touch my left hand, and I hold that one up. If that is our destination, touch my right hand if we have to make a turn when we get there.
He reaches out and is able to touch your right hand.
So we have to make a turn. See, Krenko, this is easier than diseasing you, isn't it?
This is something.
Okay, so let me think. So we go left for around like I'm gonna say 3.5 miles. All right, Krenko, raise your left hand if we turn left, and your right hand if we turn right after that.
And he raises his left hand.
Okay, we're discovering more things you're capable of doing.
Question. Is
Yes.
this goblin still here?
It is just looking at you all terrified. Like, it is cowering in the corner.
What is this building we're in?
Sure, I like your method. Krenko, do they know where we're going?
And he looks and goes, probably.
Oh.
I'm here.
Instantly.
And just drag them back next to Krenko.
Sure. You,
If
like,
they,
drag over
if they
this...
don't fight. Well,
It
I
is
will
just, like,
I will motion
cowering,
them
like-
to go next to them.
It does not willingly walk over, but if you drag it, it does not resist. It seems terrified.
Alright, and I throw them right here. Or I guide them there. Now, what is your name?
Barzil?
Barzil? Where is Clara Phillips being held?
And he looks to Krenko, and Krenko just gives like a little nod, and he goes, at her mother's mansion. and you see as he like braces for impact as he feels like he's about to be smote down, and then just like slowly opens one eye, and he's like, oh, I'm still here.
For now.
Surprise, bitch!
Do you have a name, or are you just as worthless as that one?
Didn't
It's-
they already tell us her name?
It's
No.
The name of Clara's parents.
it's Hikara.
Oh.
What was that? Hikara? Like
Yes,
that?
just an E instead of an I. And
Now-
he just looks at Krenko and goes, why can I say it but not you? And Krenko just looks back and shrugs.
Well, now we're getting somewhere.
So we leave, go 3.5 miles, turn left, then what?
There's a winding road that leads up to the mansion. At that point, it'll be pretty obvious. There's not much else that you'll be able to see. It's the highest point on the hill. And also, the only part around here that has any sort of natural plant life.
Ooh, interesting.
Follow that
Right.
path up near the gardens, and, well, you'll get to the mansion.
Ooh, backpacks!
And one more thing. Who is Hikara?
He's gonna say Clara's mother.
Who is
Great.
Hikara to you?
The greatest blood witch to ever live.
Lovely.
Oh god, Clara.
That's an interesting term. Yeah, what do you mean by blood witch?
You can give me an Arcana or a History check if you want, or you can just wait for the answer.
I'm gonna be real, Chief. I don't think I should. I'm not. Would this be common knowledge?
It depends on how much you like inter-guild history.
Probably very little.
Kai's,
Would having
presence
read
there.
Krenko's notes give any insight towards what a blood witch is?
Yes. Specifically, you don't have to read the book. You know what a blood witch is, because you had one possess you last night.
Ah! Do I remember their name? And how long ago they died? Exata?
It did not specify how long ago they died, but you do know that their name was Exava, and they were a blood witch. And
I'm just
go
gonna
ahead.
turn to Escher and say, no worries, I know one. I got quite familiar with good old Exata a little bit ago.
That's less relevant to me. I mostly just want to know what a blood witch is. I've heard similar terminologies in my studies, but I'm curious to hear from the source what exactly what this school of magic would entail. I'm familiar with many, but this isn't one of them.
The blood witches are the daughters of Lord Rakdos. Although I guess Hekara is more of a granddaughter.
Oh, lovely. Go on.
They are the ones who are unable to undertake the trial of the Crypt of Keys, but instead of becoming the fiendish nobles, they pursued magics for Lord Rakdos. That's all I know. Hekara's one of the last two.
Fox, the history of this group intrigues me little. I'm more curious about the nature of them. They're called blood witches. Are they capable of some type of blood magic?
Yes. If you would see my detailed notes that I made a few hours ago, you will have a nice little treatise of the blood magics. As I look back to Krenko and say, yeah, your understanding is a bit incomplete and a little bit all over the place. But I'll send you those annotations too. Your processes are a little sloppy.
And when you turn back, you see Escher just has both hands outstretched in the gimme gimme pose.
I will hand over the copy of notes that I made separate from the notebook.
All right. Well, I'm gonna be reading those. If they want to do something with the rest of the goblins, I'm out of this interrogation.
Out of character, does anyone have any other use for Krenko?
Backpack.
Besides the fact that he may know some way into the mansion that could help us.
There's also someone we know that is inside the mansion.
You mean when you say out of character, you mean besides the motive of us needing, or at least us needing to bring him back to the Boros?
I'm saying, does anyone need Krenko right at this moment without Fox just turning around and saying, Gideon, do you need Krenko? Tavro, do you need Krenko?
I would like Krenko.
Hold on.
Yes.
Hold on. You mentioned that Clara was with her parents. You mentioned one.
Her family, not her parents. There's only one parent.
And her family, is it more than just Hekara?
Hekara and her siblings. Why can I speak it now? I guess once you know, I'm not bound to not tell you.
Are either of the or any of the other siblings blood witches?
All three of them are.
Nice.
3.
So there's two. So there are two others besides Hekara.
Yes.
I can't imagine we're exactly going to get a warm welcome when we show up at their front door.
The thralls will likely not permit you entrance.
How do we gain entrance then?
You could become her thralls. It works out well.
Without
You can't
that.
die anymore. Well, you can die, but you come back.
Oh god. You're one of them.
One of the very first.
I say we tie Krenko up. He can't come back if he doesn't die in the first place.
Or, he just said that his thralls would be able to gain access.
Not mine. Hers.
Yes. You.
Yes. I can go. You're letting me go?
Oh no, you're going to be the one to take us there. We
Come
already
with
know
us.
where it is, so you should be able to do that.
And you see as he left 3.5 miles to... I can now! Blood magic.
Pack.
So much I still don't understand.
Can you get us inside? As like Escher just kind of looks up from his notes. Well, not his notes, but
He
Fox's notes.
He kind of shrugs and goes, I can get inside. I can ask for you to be let in.
I mean, I would appreciate it. I would like an audience with this Hekara. I'm intrigued, and he kind of just like waggles the papers. I'm intrigued by what Fox has discovered.
And I will look to Fox and go, one of her first thralls is more help than he is dead.
Pack.
What he
and-
said.
Yes,
I
Krenko,
wasn't
that
talking about killing him.
Wait, you weren't?
No,
you
I was
surprised
talking
me.
about
And Krenko
making it
just goes,
so.
You weren't?
No. A spell that would ensure he would not be leaving this premises. As I look over at Kai and just give a wink.
Oh, you're... It
Is
would be
the
nice
spell
if he
rope?
was able to move.
Is the spell rope?
No, I think it's
No. Petrify.
yeah.
I can't help but think there could be other uses for that in the future.
I get it back once a day, it's fine.
I mean,
What if we need it today?
I can't
might-
help but think there might be uses for it today.
Okay,
We
Fox,
might-
it would be helpful if he could still speak.
is there a way to
I'm
undo
just saying.
petrification that we have?
The quickest way to get Krenko trying to turn around on us would to be bring him to other thralls, and he just
Wait.
goes like, "Go on, stab them, save me."
This is a good point. Brian's right. Do we have another way to get rid of the petrification once you do it?
Restoration.
Radar
Can you do that?
restoration.
Not yet.
Well, motherfucker, that's
Okay,
a
so we're
problem.
not petrifying. It's a no for
I'm
me,
very
no.
strong,
Yeah.
but I can't lug a Krenko-sized stone everywhere.
We wouldn't lug him to the frickin' mansion. We have someone inside the mansion already.
That
Not
doesn't
to the
mean they're gonna
mansion, to
just
the
let
burrow.
us in.
That doesn't mean if
Boros.
we bring Krenko, they're just gonna let us in. Obviously, we are taking him at sword point.
Fox, not to the mansion, to the Boros. You fool.
Why do we need to bring him to the Boros? Clara's in this
Because
mansion,
they
isn't
want
she?
their goddamn money.
Oh.
He's 3 feet tall. He'll be easy to transport if we're going in one direction.
I don't think
I
he's
thought-
on the tree.
I
Isn't
thought
he a
we still
goblin?
need him to get access to this mansion. I'd quite like to meet these blood witches.
Asher, the way we get access is through, as I'm just gonna reach over and grab Tavro's spear and shake it about.
I gotta agree with him there.
That might put us on the
Anxiety.
wrong foot with them, don't we think? It seems a bit rude.
I don't exactly want to be on the bad side of 4 blood witches.
Not to mention, to think what they could potentially, what they may be able to, with what people with that kind of arcane capability might be able to help us with.
Okay,
We're
I
gonna
think
be
there's
on
a
their bad
disconnect
side
here. I don't
anyway if
think
we're gonna
they're-
be infiltrating their mansion.
Then why
I
infiltrate
don't think they're
when we can be
holding
invited?
Clara willingly.
Exactly.
What makes you say that?
Well, what do you? What?
She would have left.
What?
Flora loves and cares for us. If she had the ability, she would have left already.
No, I
But
meant
she hasn't.
you said the blood witches aren't holding her willingly.
Yes.
As in
Like,
holding
she
her
is
against
not
her will, I
willing.
think is what they're trying to say.
Yeah.
Yes. AKA,
Like
I
Clara
don't
is
think
not willing.
I don't think this is
Yeah.
going to end with a diplomatic resolution.
The blood witches are holding Flora against their will. Against the blood witches' will.
No, against
No.
Clara's
No.
will.
The blood witches are holding Clara against Clara's will.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, now that we settled that.
I feel like this is the goddamn, like, Monty Python 3-headed giant scene. We're just gonna look down and Krenko's gone.
Because there's a Flyers game and the Flyers are doing
Oh,
stuff.
bugger.
So one of
Way
my
to go.
friends are freaking out.
Alright, first we'll kill him, and
Krenko's
then
l-
we'll make tea.
Right.
Krenko's left the scene.
Krenko, do you have any tea?
Teeth? And he just like opens up his mouth and you just see rows of like you know that goblins have jagged and misshapen teeth often? This is different. His mouth is almost like that of a shark.
Ugh.
Oh, buddy, if you survive this, maybe I'll try to help you with that.
You also notice he's the only goblin you've ever met with like a snout coming forward on his face with his jaw. Most goblins have like humanoid faces. His literally like comes out like a canine.
Poor thing's got birth defects up the wazoo from coming back so much. My God.
Alright, Fox, make with the stone and we'll take this one. And I point at this one.
Wait,
Every time he comes back to life, his face becomes a little bit more deformed. Bro, teeth is each time he's kind of
I just think that he could be more useful to us still speaking and moving.
present.
Well, we
I'm
still
with
have
Escher on
this
this
one,
one.
who seems to know just about as much.
Yes, but I'm worried that
they might not be a thrall of Hikara.
There's no bounty
Again,
on that.
I don't think we're
head.
getting. I don't think we're getting into this mansion diplomatically. I don't think having one of their thralls is going to matter unless we're trying to swap.
why can't
I would
we get in
rather
that easily?
guarantee Krenko is still here when we come back than go there and we lose Krenko in the chaos of thralls coming down and trying to quote-unquote negotiate, which is going to turn into them casting spells on us or some other madness.
Wait,
Wouldn't we lose him here by leaving him anyway?
And the goblin that like was able to speak just goes, I mean, if you're gonna go now, you might be able to get in for the party.
the
Party.
Pastries, beer.
Is it a costume party?
I don't think so.
Is it a fancy party?
I think it's called a war party?
Oh, nice.
We don't need him.
I don't think that's an actual party. Perhaps the goblin has misunderstood a figure of speech.
It's closer.
Though we are in Rakdos territory, so I do fear that the two may be one and the same.
We are surrounded by murder cultists. I do not think going in and killing them is going to be either frowned upon or, in fact, actually the opposite. I think going in and killing them all is going to put us in a good grace. It is proving our strength in providing entertainment. You have to stop thinking like the orderly folk you are.
Says the Orzal.
There's
Well,
literally
I
the
think-
most orderly to the word person here.
Fox, I
Character
think
development.
you might be mistaken. I'm not concerned about killing these people. I'm concerned about me being killed.
He's putting
Yeah,
himself.
I'm more
in other
concerned with the
streets.
thing that gave him immortality.
They
But you gotta hear me
die
out.
and they come back alive. They don't care about being killed. Haven't you gotten that message? I think they're going to attack us either way because they don't care if they die.
Indeed, and I
I
think
must-
if we bring alive him, and I point at Krenko, in there, then they'll just kill him so he respawns wherever the fuck his clones are.
I don't quite understand. Why are we all operating under the assumption that they'll be hostile to us?
Why
Why
aren't
would they
you?
be hostile?
This is Rakdos!
We want what they have, and I don't think
They
they want to give it
Pull
up.
the green one!
It doesn't mean they have to know we want her back. Perhaps there's something else we can offer them. However, you're the one that managed to quell multiple murder cultists by yelling at them. I simply think their business may have other ways besides violence that they might be intrigued in.
Okay, but I don't think attempting those routes requires that we have Krenko with us.
It could at least get us in the door talking with them. And if
It
things
also
turn
could
to
lead
violence,
to
as they-
Krenko getting to familiar territory and then stabbing us in the back.
Are you really
And-
worried about him?
Considering
we
his
want-
bounty, absolutely yes.
If we want advanced intel, we have someone on the inside we can talk to. And we also have this other goblin that has apparently been there. I say we just leave Krenko here. I cast my spell on him, ensuring he stays in this building.
I love how much faith Fox has in Clara really giving him good information from the inside, knowing has about the maturity of an 8-year-old.
I think there is a matter of this we are neglecting. Krenko, you haven't lied to us yet. This war party your friend spoke of, is this a festival, a gathering, or is this a band of marauders planning an attack? Or both?
And he starts like slowly sounding out the words to see if he's able to, and he goes, "War party." Okay, I can speak about that. No, it's a little bit of both. It's well, the sun is returning. It's a party for all 3 children to finally be home, as well as celebrating the fact that he just conquered an enemy.
What enemy?
Conquered a who?
Oh, S-O-N. Okay. That makes more sense.
Wait,
There
yeah,
is a
who
party
conquered
going
an
on?
enemy?
Well, Hekara and okay, can't talk about that one.
Krenko, nod to what I say. Is someone there the one who killed Feather?
And he just shrugs.
Ah, fuck.
I can tell you that. I have no fucking clue who killed that angel.
Fair enough.
If you can't tell us that, can you at least tell us, is this war party open to the public? Are people allowed to come to the party, or does it require an invite?
Well, entertainers are always brought in for Hekara's war parties. Or, well, I guess not Hekara's formats.
But nobody else?
I've never been to one, but
Uh,
if there are entertainers coming, there also must be those to be entertained.
Tavro, Tell the entertainers you would love to take them onto a party to entertain, I suppose is the way to put it. I think that might be our best way in, toward sneaking in the hubbub of all the chaos. I think bringing Krenko in and trying to announce ourselves as an audience in the middle of a party is a little bit of a, how do you say, Fox Pack?
Faux pas.
Fox Pass?
I
I'm sorry, I see my name and I have to say it that way.
I do agree. We do know some entertainers that have taken a liking to Tavro. Perhaps they could get us in, and if that's the case, we no longer have a need for Krenko, and you can do with him as you wish.
And
Yeah,
Kai
like
just
letting
looks
me
to
go.
Tavra and goes, "You know
Yeah, like letting him
Rakdos
go."
entertainers?
What's that guy?
You know Rakdos entertainers?
Yes.
Guys, I killed Katie.
He's literally dying of laughter. Like Tasha's hideous laughter. Katie.
From what?
Tavro, Kai was not there
From me
for that.
saying Fox Pass.
It was part of the recap, damn it.
Kai was not there for that. I'm asking in character.
Oh, I understand. I understand. Well, you see, I'm just so smart.
That was good.
Well, you see, it just shrieks again.
No, yes, I suppose you were still, quick question, does Kai look more scaly than the last time I saw him?
Well, he did grow wings for about 6 seconds.
But do I see them on him now?
So they kind of like retracted back into his body, but you can see that they kind of like tore through the back of his tunic and robe. And you can see where those holes are. Like, there are blue scales on his back.
Oh. Alright, yes, while you were, gaining... becoming cold-blooded.
I was,
Yes, yes, I happen to gain the attention of the performers, and I just, like, point out the window and just go, them! I think this may go quite well.
By now, you hear, like, their performance is back on as if nothing has happened.
I will go speak to them. You all discuss and plan.
Do we all consent to that plan then, to leave Krenko here?
Are you
Perhaps
kind
we
of
should
fine, right?
Wait, perhaps we
getting
should
back
let
to normal
Tavro
state?
discuss first with his new
Oh
allies.
yeah, when is the war party?
Isn't it today?
I thought you said it was soon.
Soon is not a good answer.
That's a good point.
Well, news of the conquering came through yesterday, so I'd expect either today, tomorrow. Depends on how long it takes for Formith to return home.
The sun
Perhaps
conquered
the performers would know about this.
Ormeth, you said his name.
This is not Krenko speaking, this is the other goblin speaking.
So there's Hakara, Formith, and what was the third one?
You haven't gotten that name yet. It has not been said.
Okay.
There are 2 others that we don't know.
I thought there were only 3 of them.
There's Hikara and 3 siblings, from what if my math is
No,
correct.
there's 3 total.
Okay.
Did we get the definitive answer about when it is?
Today, tomorrow, or the next day, depending on how long it takes for the Conqueror to return.
Okay, sorry, I just wanted to write that down.
High performers.
Added in that all 3 children are there for the first time It's likely to be a big party.
We have the names of 2. Who's the third?
Zyrilla.
Zyrilla. I got Zariela. Zariel with an song at the end of. Oh, that was Fox saying it.
Thank you, Rakdos
Zyrilla.
Fire Eater.
Oh, yep.
One of the performers just stops and yells at.
It's Zyrilla!
She's here. Yeah, she's here.
Forward?
That's
And-
exactly.
Alright, so we have Hakara, the owner of the mansion, Formeth the Conqueror, Zurilla, any specialty?
No.
Chaos Mage.
No. Never mind.
That sounds just about right. That I did not move. Whoop.
I think he did.
However, we to go.
Tavro, what?
You're not in the room.
Yeah, he went to talk to the entertainers.
Yeah,
So
get the-
while
talk
you're
to the
doing
performer.
that, Tavro, as you kind of step out, they're all like continuing on their performance as before, and the jester sees you kind of jump out, and Yovas kind of walks down from the stage and goes, "Well, have you decided on your prize, or have you given more thought to joining us?"
Joining you, I will need to give. I will need to think a bit more and see if I am available. But as for my prize, I have a proposition for you.
I'm listening.
My proposal for my reward is that you come with me and words and you sorry, my brain. My proposal is that you help me get in somewhere by simply performing.
So you wish a free performance in exchange for your victory in our little sing-off?
Not a performance for me, you see. I need words. I need you. I need you to enter at a venue as performers, with me and perhaps my friends, pretending to be of your number. Your performance will likely be wanted there, and at the same time, you get to perform the best performance there is, lying.
And you see as he, like, begins scratching his bony chin a little bit, and he goes, "Interesting.
Just candy.
Very well. You have..." And he, like, bows very deeply, once again, like, almost bending completely in half.
It's not.
"Employed one performance of the Grim Jester troupe. Consider it
Excellent.
as well your audition performance. Now where is this? Who are we performing for?"
The war party.
One of the bars
And
of
I,
Rapture.
like, don't know the specific time yet, and I just point in the direction that we know the mansion is, and go, the mansion up the hill.
Hikara's mansion?
Indeed, we need a way in, and and there'll be performers welcomed there.
Yes, yes. And he just, like, waves a hand and goes, "Troop! It is finally our time! We are to begin performing for high society. No more of this common rabble. We are going to perform for the war party of a blood witch. Soon every noble in Wihnlot will scream our name in fear and delight. Away with us! Let us go!
Can you all keep it down out there?
I-
Yeah, as you say that,
Hold on, Gilbot.
he-
I have to kick that guy's
Yeah.
teeth in.
yeah, as you say that, he goes, I think you have another person's teeth to kick in.
Holy shit. I love the idea of just the two of them both going to the window to see what the fuck's going on, and Kai's gonna shut the fuck up and close.
Nice go. Superb. I will learn the details and the timing. Unless you happen to have heard through the grapevine already.
I've heard tell of a war party, the biggest one ever hosted by Hikara. Now, we will be the performers there. We will be the stars of the show.
Indeed.
Sure, buddy.
Perfect. Shut up. Love
Sure,
them.
Jan.
Dream. He's my buddy. Very well. I will find more. I will learn more details and return to you for our departure.
And as you go in, you just hear as he turns back to his trip and he goes, "Start packing up, everybody! Oh, don't worry about this crowd. They're barely worth killing, let alone performing for now."
It would be kind of funny though. No, I don't actually say that. I don't want them to just start murdering. And I'm just gonna go. I can't let the funniness of the Rakdos get to me. It's me. I'm a big fucking cow.
What was that commotion
So
about?
you all kind of hear just some shouting from outside, and Tavro slowly saunters his way back in with a bit of swagger in his step.
They said yes.
Oh, perfect. So they know how to get in.
Well, they're they're performers.
Step
So-
1, get troop to agree. Step 2, question mark. Step 3, profit.
Profit.
Alright.
But they're performers that were invited, correct?
Well, not exactly.
It.
Of
What's
course
the
they were
verb?
No,
invited
but-
by Tavro a minute ago.
Yes, I've seen what they can do. At least one of them is very talented.
Fox is
But-
gonna turn to Escher, look him in the eyes, and say, "The time for planning is over, little man." And I'm gonna turn to Krenko and present a contract for him to sign.
What is the contract?
It is going to just say, Krenko will stay within the confines of this building for the next 24 hours,
This room.
or he gives up his soul to the party.
I don't want it. He can give it up to you.
It's a Fox machine.
I don't
If-
want it. So...
If that is all it says, he kind of shrugs and scribbles his name at the bottom.
Alright, to seal it, I will need to cast a spell on you. You will allow it to happen. Be warned, it's a little strange, as I'll have to look directly in your eyes. But just allow the effect to wash over you, and it will seal the deal.
And he just looks at you and he goes, "It's not gonna kill me, right? Because that will transport me outside of this room."
I can verify it will not kill you. In fact, I will put it in the contract right now. I will not kill you.
And he kind of shrugs and goes, "Okay, I guess."
Alright, so I'm just gonna sort of grab his head, look in his eye, and say, and remember, just to let it happen, and I'm gonna petrify him.
And he just stares back at you, and after a long 8 or 9 seconds, he just goes, "So, you done?"
It doesn't work on him, does it?
After a few more seconds, like, you're just so close to him, he just, like, opens his mouth and starts, like, extending his tongue slowly towards your nose.
What?
He's a puppy.
Does it just not affect him in any way?
Like, in the past, when you've petrified things, you've almost, like, felt that, like, you felt a connection, and in that connection, their body seizes up. Even when they've succeeded against it, you feel that connection, and, like, you feel the connection severed. You're staring at him right in the eyes, and he's staring back at you. You just cannot even feel the connection begin.
Are you immune to certain magics?
Blood magic makes for weird bodies.
So long as it has him stay in the building for the next 24 hours, it should be fine regardless.
Fox?
Yes.
As a wise man once said, I think the time for planning is over, little man. Let's go find out how to get into this party.
Go find your woman.
We've got
after
a day.
that,
Let's go.
Yeah, but after that visibly doesn't work, I'm just gonna walk over to Krenko, be like, oh, you've given us much information, so I suppose we can at least answer one thing, how we got here, and I'm gonna like pull back my breastplate and show him the Rakdos signet, and just be like, I suppose we're guildmates now, and then just put it away.
And you see as he just looks up at you, and pulls up the sleeve on his left arm. You see a Boros tattoo. And he goes, "We already were."
What?
How does he have that, but Clara couldn't... never mind. Doesn't matter.
That was a fake Clara. That was a fake
What?
Clara. Must remember this.
Isn't he a fake?
Well,
No.
I think he's real until he dies, and then he just turns into something else. I think.
Ugh.
No matter, we have Clara to go find.
Can we go
Yes.
find these blood witches now?
Oh, we don't know the time that this war party is going to start yet.
Well,
You there?
They didn't know either, I
Yes.
thought.
Oh, never mind.
We're
Goodbye.
told today, tomorrow, or the next day. They don't know.
So
It
what if
depends
the
how
party was
long.
to start within the next day?
Well, fuck.
Very punctual.
Well, we only have a day to do this, so
Well, we have a day of Krenko staying in this building.
And if the war party isn't starting today, that would give Fox at least a day to pursue some of the other business he had in the city.
Well, are we just charging straight ahead right now, or are you letting me do the other business?
What
I
other
think
business? Oh, yours. Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
we should
mean-
attempt to find out when the party is first, and then make a decision.
I don't know how to find that out.
See if the performers can find out. They might have a way.
Yeah, I suppose.
Like, yeah, you do your thing. I'm gonna
Yeah.
sit on this
The,
bench.
the performers aren't performing anymore, right? They're like packing up.
They're packing up, and you can just like hear the one that's been speaking to you, Yovas, like singing
Yeah.
under his breath as he's packing. We're performing for a blood witch. We're performing for a blood witch.
Yes, I'm gonna walk up and go. Yovas, one more note thing.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it seems that our contacts were not sufficient in learning exactly when the war party is. Do you happen to have any way of finding this kind of information other than just stalking the mansion?
And he's like, "Oh well. The conquering was yesterday. The news should be starting tonight or tomorrow morning."
Very well. We will try to find more information and get to more of a
definite response. But worst comes to worst, we go there tonight, see if it seems to be happening. If not, we go tomorrow. We come back tomorrow.
Oh, we'll be there tonight.
Oh?
I'm not gonna miss this.
Very well, but please don't enter until... Well, I suppose we can just say that we're there with you. What?
Do you
What?
really think they're gonna listen to that?
I mean, I do have experience in the Rakdos fighting pits.
I think it's more
I
of
could
if
probably
you go
still
to.
scream pretty good without the mask ability.
Yeah, I'm just worried if you go to a concert and try to get backstage and say, "Nah, it's cool, I'm with the band," and the band is not there with you, I don't think they're gonna let you in.
Well, then we go with them.
Yes,
Yes.
that was what I was referring to. So they
Yes,
maybe
we'll come back soon and head off with you so that we're not left behind.
Where do we have to go?
The
Say,
mansion.
do you know where Azoth is?
Oh, yes,
Who are you asking?
are you asking
Big
Yovas?
jester dude.
Yes, Yovas, this is my compatriot, Fox Machine. He'll be accompanying us tonight.
I assume he'd be at his forge.
Do you know where that would be?
And he looks you up and down and goes, "But of course, as performers, we know where all of the demon lords reside."
Ah, great.
Fox, what did you do?
I hate this guild hall. Well, city, whatever it is. I guess this isn't the guild hall. Wait, Wihnlot is a city, right? Like this would be considered
Yeah,
a
so,
city,
like,
or is this like a district?
Like, the 10th district is where you've been up until this point in the campaign. Wihnlot is basically just the name given to the 12th district.
Ah, in that case, I hate this district. Does not vocalize that.
He goes, "If you're trying to get to the forge, simply..." And he, like, pulls out, like, a piece of paper and, like, just draws something quickly. And he goes, "Follow this. It's only 20 or so minutes outside of the town square."
Well then, others may accompany me, or they may not. I have a objective to go fulfill.
Please don't leave me alone
Fine,
here.
Clara. Fine, Clara.
Will 40 minutes be enough for you to get ready to leave?
Go to an orphanage.
And he goes, "We should be ready to go in about 30 or 40 minutes, yes?"
Then we will be back in about that time. And I'm just gonna start following the directions he gave me.
Fox, what business do you possibly have here?
The business that your superior gave me.
Kai, if we just let him do this, it's one fewer distraction we have to worry about with him.
Oh, I'm going to let him do it. I actually am fully on board. I don't know what it is, but
We go.
I know of what he speaks.
Well, as my colleagues would say, fuck it. We ball. Let's go.
Yep.
Let's go, Fox.
We beeline to the Forge of Azoth.
And yeah, so you're in the city streets and following the directions given to you. You're able to pretty straightforward make your way. It seems that right now a lot of Wihnlot is just refugees from the 10th district making their way into the city. So not too much attention is paid to any of you as you make your way through. For once, it's strange not being the most colorful group of characters walking down a street together. You actually kind of look like you belong. It's strange. But you are able to, after about 20 to 25 minutes, make your way to kind of a large area, and you see like there's a kind of like almost a mine opening, and above it, what languages do you all speak?
Celestial
Minotaur.
Goblin Common.
A bunch.
Elvish and Vidalcan.
You know what?
Oh, and
does any-
giant.
Okay, so none of you recognize the language except for potentially the person who said a bunch.
I've got
yeah, I
Common,
only have
Draconic,
Common.
Druidic, Goblin, Vidalcan. I'm assuming it's Infernal or Abyssal, which I do not speak.
Yeah, I only
Yeah.
have Common, Druidic, and Vidalcan, so probably not
Yeah,
me.
it is not a language that any of you recognize, but based on the like quick directions and the description of the entrance that were provided to you, this seems to be the place.
It only took us 25 minutes to walk 3.5 miles.
No, they're going somewhere else.
You're going
Oh.
somewhere else. Let me know when you're able to see things.
I
I
can
can
see.
I'm
As you
loading.
kind
I
of,
just
like-
see a
Now I can
black
see.
square.
I can see.
Oh,
I can
yeah,
see. I can
Clara,
see.
I need to put you on the map still, because you're, fatigued. But yeah, so you kind of, like, enter into this mine area, and it leads you down into the ground for a little bit, before it starts opening up into this wider cavern with mine carts, and, like, these kind of, like, what you can pretty easily recognize as, like, ever-burning flames just alighting on the walls. And as you make your way further in, you see, like, these kind of, like, pits of magma with these, like, strange elemental creatures kind of, like, swirling above it and directing the magma down, like, certain pathways, making sure that they go the direction that is needed. But other than these elementals, at least from where you stand, this place seems eerily empty. Also, looking at what you guys can see, I just realized I missed one wall.
Fox,
Yay!
Fox, are you
Yeah,
sure
now I
this
have
is
a
the right
gray part of a
place?
wall.
Yeah!
This appears to be a mine. Is this where you needed to go for your whatever business?
I asked them to lead me to Azoth. I have no reason to distrust them. And I'm just gonna keep going forward.
Oh, all right then.
And as you kind of like get to this point, one of the one of these things over here kind of like turns, points at you, and hisses something in a language you don't understand, and then points to the south.
Ah, see? They are friendly and giving directions. And I'm just gonna start going. Bloop.
Yeah, and as you follow that around, you see your first kind of like just purely like magma elemental. As you kind of come around this, and you see what looks to be kind of like a dwarf holding a flaming hammer, but his like beard and hair are made out of flames as well. And it's almost as if his body has been like sculpted out of the ore of this mine. And he looks over to you and shouts something out in a language you don't understand. And after a moment, he goes, "Who enters the forge of the vassal? What business have you here?" In common.
I have been contracted to deliver a message to Azoth.
And he just goes, "Very well. Follow the minecart track further in. Azoth should be at his workbench."
And I'll just continue on.
Zoop.
And as you like make your way further in, you see like some piping and then an open area with like these massive metal machineries and forge pieces. Few more of these like strange fiery dwarves, another one of the elementals, and then another kind of like different elemental that almost looks like ghast-like. And in against the side, you see a large creature wearing the same kind of mask as Sculper. And then as you're like, he's pounding away at something on this anvil over here, and as you approach, he turns and goes, "Welcome to my forge. What business have you here? Come to procure weaponry for the upcoming war?"
I was in fact contracted to deliver a message to you. If you would be so kind, I'm gonna encode thoughts and pull the message that was written in the note out, and I'm gonna approach him with it.
And as he sees you do that, he goes, and like you see as he points over at the various other creatures other than you in the room, and he goes, "A separate party requires privacy. Leave us for a moment."
Okay.
And you see as like the various elementals and dwarves make their way out of the cavern, and you do see what?
Was he not talking to us?
No, he was talking to like the other creatures there. And
Alfred just leaves.
I'm not leaving. He's
and,
big.
like,
I'm staying with him.
It's strange. You see, as soon as like that elemental is no longer over this, like you can already see like a crust hardening over the top. Like whatever they're doing, they are helping the magma flow here. But as soon as he brings you all like in and sends out his vassals, you see as he kind of like raises a hand and a wall appears, like blocking out the cavern from the rest of it. And then he just looks down at you, Fox, and you see as he like kind of slumps his shoulders a little bit and he goes, "Finally, a new fucking assignment. I don't know how much longer I can deal with all of this Lord Rakdos bullshit. All right, give it here."
And yep, I'll just hand it on over.
And you see as he like brings it to his head and absorbs it in, and he goes, "Very well, thank you."
I'm sorry,
I'll just nod and say, anything else you need, or will that be it?
Are you on any other assignments from your handler?
We are actually going towards a new one at the moment. This was a pit stop.
A new assignment or a new handler?
New handler.
If you're looking for one, I have jobs for a new cell to employ.
Is Kai able to hear this?
Oh yeah, he's like speaking openly with you all in the room.
Yeah, with every sentence, Escher's taking another step closer. Like, what? That?
We have the name of the man the person we are seeking out. We just have to cut our way into Rick's body. It was a little complicated recently.
Are you not a demon lord working for the Rakdos?
Well,
I'm just going to turn around to Escher and say, "Get a hold of yourself," and I'm going to look back at him.
He goes, it's a valid question. No, one of my assignments was to undertake the Crypt of Keys so I could get into Rakdos lordship. So I've been playing this role for the last 6 or so years, God, it's so boring being a demon lord.
Fine, I'll bite. I've heard it mentioned twice today. What on earth is a crypt of keys?
Oh, it's how Lord Rakdos chooses his, shall we say politicians? All of the demon lords and blood witches are either those who have succeeded in the Crypt of Keys, or born of one who has.
So, Azoth, was it? What? If you don't enjoy your position here, where exactly do your loyalties lie?
With Lazav, just as yours do.
God, Escher, you can't ask one of us where our loyalties lie. Just talk about Fox Pass.
All right, let's
Hold
speak in hypotheticals then. If somebody here was not aware of who or what Lazav is, how would you describe them?
And he starts looking you up and down, and he goes, "Are you not part of a cell?"
He is
Oh,
part of our cell. We keep him a little less info, the better he's served.
As Escher is about to be killed because he knows
And
too much.
I look up at them and I go, "Have you worked with Fox before?"
Yes.
Do not say much. He has a telepathic link to another cell.
No, I'm saying, like, I'm asking the big guy if he's worked with you before.
This would be the first time I've met your cell.
Oh, then you probably don't know. Fox can be a bit of an asshole sometimes. I don't know as much as I wish I did.
If you would excuse me, Escher here is in our cell. We simply, he joined, he has joined since we've been trying to reach our new handler. So, new blood, I suppose you could say.
Yes, and that's something I'm very interested in. I didn't even know you knew of any handlers.
I assume Azoth is not your formal title.
No, Azoth is my formal title.
You idiot!
Is there any other name that you might go by?
Pizza Man!
Well, I can't it's a bit taboo in our guild to give your birth name. Identification isn't good.
I guess I was more wondering. Apologies. I was not asking for a birth name. I thought Azoth might not actually be what you would go by in our guild.
No, those in our guild, it's good to have contacts in the higher positions between the other guilds. Hence, why I'm here. Although I do wish I was given a better vassalship than Lord of the Forge. Oh well, we don't choose our lots in life.
Speaking of the Forge, do you actually have decent weaponry in which we might partake in?
I mean, I am one of the better smiths, given the specific magics bestowed upon me by Lord Rakdos. If you have something that you wish to purchase, or custom order, I'm sure I can make it, given some time.
Oh. Azoth, man, I really fucking hate making weapons. Tavro immediately. By the way, could you make us a weapon?
Hey, alright, I didn't ask if he could make us a weapon. I asked if he had weapons.
I do. There are many for sale. Although I will note my work does not come cheap.
And don't talk about it. I'll say to Tavro.
But weapons.
Money.
You have a magic fucking spear!
And when was the last time you saw me blow it up?
Perhaps later I might come back for a set of plate mail armor, but at the time we are a bit in a hurry.
Yes, we are.
Isn't
but
that right?
Yes, however, I couldn't help but notice the discussion about multiple people here being within a guild. Azoth, which guilds are you in?
Escher, you are too much.
Asher.
I just would like to make sure we're all on the same page here.
And he
Yeah,
just
you sure?
he looks you up and down, and he goes, "You, previous handler, now."
Like me?
Yeah, you.
If I could tell you, I would. I just need to know that you have the information we're going to need. And that you might, because if you do, you might actually be able to help us quite a bit.
We are in a guild.
He's a previous.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
We both belong to a guild that specializes in information sharing. I don't appreciate the jokes you're making.
You must be mistaken. I haven't made a joke since I entered here. I purely want to ensure that you are as I think you are. For
He's
this is
a former
information.
Simic. He always asks too many questions.
Fox is gonna walk up to Escher and be like, reminder, some people react like this when you do things like this, and I'm gonna encode thoughts something towards him.
Oh, I'll take it.
And you have been previously taught this, correct?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna show him the desiccated, hanging corpse of our previous handler.
I just need to know if he can help us find the new handler.
Well, that's not really what you're asking.
I don't want to go spouting off information to somebody who shouldn't be.
Yeah, but if that was the case, then you could just ask, like, do you know how we can get into Rixmati or some shit?
Yeah, but if he might know them, like, personally, because I don't know if he's with the fucking Demir or not.
I think the rest of us have well established that he is.
Yes.
I don't know that, though. I don't know these
How
people
do you
that
not
well.
know that?
Right.
It's pretty obvious.
I'm just gonna
Using
look
using
Escher...
encode thoughts and having it be normal, talking about handlers and talking about cells. That's pretty
going to
Demir-esque.
You're talking about spy
Escher
work to a
in the-
civilian.
I'm gonna look Escher
Then
in
ask
the eyes,
us!
and I'm just gonna say, "Shut up." And I'm gonna turn back to Azoth.
I don't like your new member much. Those who don't understand how to share information through subtlety don't belong in our guild.
So I can assume you see exactly why sometimes it actually can be useful to have something unexpected on your side.
I'm more worried about the liability.
As are we, but we have him under control.
Excuse you, I've seen what you're all capable of too,
Go on, finish the insult.
I don't know how much I can say here, but if we can trust him, let us not forget who everybody else just made a deal with the metaphorical devil, not 8 hours ago.
Now then, my task has concluded. It was nice meeting you, Azoth.
Right. Off we go.
He goes, I was hoping I could get some work out of you, but very well. And he kind of like waves his hand and the wall disappears and he goes, now out with you all! Our business is concluded.
Okay.
Bye.
Perhaps I will come back for that suit of armor at some point. You'll have to let me know then if you'll need any special goods for it. And I'll just leave after that.
We go Find Clara.
We've been fucking trying.
Yeah, so I mean, if you head back to the Wihnlot Square,
Yeah.
Like they have just finished wrapping up everything. Like you see the jester kind of like tapping his feet, and as you all approach, you're finally here. Now let us go.
Alright, off we go.
Very well.
As he leads you
Very
up
nice.
the mountain towards Hikara's mansion, I think that is a good place to end the session.
Oh! Sorry, listen.
I mean, we can go longer. It's just
It is after 9:30.
Yeah, not 9:30 Eastern is usually our stopping point.
Yeah, but I wanted the cliffhanger to be Clara.
She's just hanging outside.
She's
Is she hanging off a cliff?
Chilling outside on the lawn,
That's
out
fine.
in front of the.
It's not like you probably would be able to get in and find her anyway, so.
Yeah. What pepper?
I am putting you all on the map at least, that you will
Okay,
be
that works.
entering next session.
Oh my god,
That's
it's
a big
Clara.
map.
Whoa, dude.
See, but this time I was smart enough to not layer
You're
it.
probably right.
So
Yeah.
it's just
For the
multiple
second thing,
floors
probably.
of different maps instead of trying to have all the floors on one map.